Welcome back to the channel, Assassin's Creed Origins, Gaming for XP. And in today's video, I'm going to do a little bit more of tips and tricks covering the crafting element of the game. The crafting elements that you'll find are in the gear tab, and we're going to go through this in quite a bit of detail and talk about this. So you can see there's a number of elements that can be crafted. And to do that, you need a number of resources, and that's what we'll be talking about today. Each crafting element is, and what resources you're going to need. So you can see all the resources that sit in your inventory. So I've put together a little table for you. If you want me, I'll probably leave a link so you can download the two tables I'm about to show you. Hopefully they're useful for you. It's something that I like to have next to me when I'm playing the game because I forget things. So let's have a look at the first slide and we'll talk you through it. So we'll just go through line by line here. So there's 6 different craftable items. Number 1 is your hidden blade, which if you've played Assassin's Creed for a long time, exactly what that's about. And by getting craftable items like iron and bronze, you'll be able to increase your hidden blade damage, and apparently for what I've read and heard, that is extremely vital towards the end of the game. Second one is the quiver or the bows, and obviously the more crafting you do on that particular thing, you will increase your arrow capacity. And certainly on something like the predator bow, where you get limited arrows, that's a great resource to have. And you can see with mine, and these are kind of the ones that I've been crafting, I've spent a lot of resources getting that up to at least the rare level. And you'll see with each of these crafting elements, they're different colours, and obviously that is very similar to what the weapons do. So you start on common and you work all the way up to the gold, as you can see with the tool pouch at the bottom is maximized, completely maximized as far as crafting goes. So quivers and bows for second. Third is the stabilizing glove, and that helps to increase the amount of damage you do at range. And you know, I would say that's things like the hunting bow, the predator bow, etc. Even I would think some of the bigger melee weapons, that may help with some of the bigger spears and whatnot. So obviously with the quivers and bows you need iron, bronze and carbon crystal, with stabilizing glove, soft leather and bronze. The next one in the list is the bracer, and that helps with your melee damage, and I guess that's the big coshes and spears and stuff as well. You need some hard leather, a pelt or pelts, and cedar wood for that one. Breastplate is next. Obviously that's pretty self-explanatory. That helps to increase your health. And I guess it's maybe a form of armour. Again, you need hard leather, a pelt and soft leather. And finally the tool pouch, which is increases your tool capacity. And tool pouch is things like your fire bombs, your sleep arrows, your poison arrows, your smoke bombs, etc. And by crafting that, you're going to increase the amount of smoke bombs or sleep darts or whatever you're carrying, and that needs hard leather and a pelt. So pretty self-explanatory. What I'm going to do in my next slide is just go through and explain each of these resources and where you can get them from. But before we do that, it's one of the viewers, Japik or Death. If you haven't seen his channel yet, please rock by and check out Japik's channel. Did point out that if you watch my last video, the how to make money quickly in Assassin's Creed Origins, I was talking a lot about upgrading your weapons, and as Japik was pointing out, and I tend to agree with him, crafting as well helps in the overall sense of keeping you ahead of the game, keeping you as strong as possible in your character. And obviously when you're increasing things like melee damage and range damage, that's going to help you no end. And therefore you might, if you spend some time in the crafting elements, you may not have to upgrade your weapons as often as you may think. So just an important point for you to understand. So let's move on to the next slide. So you can see here I've laid out each element that you're going to need and pretty much where you can find them. So let's go through them one by one. If you're looking for bronze, iron and I think cedar wood, the most sensible way of getting these resources is 1. Dismantle your weapons, look for convoys or raid the supply ships on the rivers around the environment. Carbon crystals a little bit more difficult to find. You only find those in loot boxes and you can't actually, they're extremely rare. Cedar wood we've done. Hard leather, kill crocodiles and hippos, and you can farm those. If you did check out my making money quickly, you'll see I've done some farming of hyenas. The pelts is either lions or leopards. Soft leather is hyenas and antelopes, and silica you can only find in the tombs. It's extremely rare, but it does have a bearing right on the end of the game, or a particular legendary armor or legendary clothing that you can get if you complete certain tasks and pick up all your silica. So how to find things? Well, this is where Sinew comes in and is very useful. You can see, you just put Sinew out and you can see already around the environment it will show you all the different collectibles that you have, and if you hover over it, it'll tell you how many of each resource there is available. I'll have a look on the road. Unfortunately in this clip there was nobody on the road on that side. I think on the other side though, yep, there you go, there are some people transporting various things. So if you're looking for resources, just put the Sinew up and you'll be able to see that. And there is one more area I'd like to talk about in the abilities tab. If you put some 2 ability points in the seer side of the chart, right there by materials, and that allows you to go to either the blacksmiths or the weaver, and you're able to buy resources from there. Now I don't think it includes silica or carbon crystals, but everything else is available. So we'll just click on the blacksmith. There you go, iron, bronze and cedar wood is available there. And then we're going to run across to the weaver, and I think this ability is really worth spending the 2 points in if you really want to get your crafting up to spec. Here's the weaver, and you can see with the weaver, there you go, pelts, hard leather and soft leather. So there we go, that's it for the tips video. I hope this has been extremely useful for you. I hope you're enjoying the game as much as I am. I'm having an absolute ball playing this. I think it's important for me as I'm finding things out to share them so that your game experience is a little bit better. And thanks for supporting the channel. We will catch you next time with Assassin's Creed Origins. See ya.